Hello and welcome. We're going to be taking apart the LG Optimus VU here at Repairs Universe. We're going to need some tools with this. It'll be a small Phillips screwdriver, a Torque T4 screwdriver, a safe pry open tool, and a triangle safe pry open tool. Let's get started. On any repair, you want to make sure the device is off. Go ahead and turn the device off right now. And you also want to remove any SD card or SIM card in the device. Once you have those removed and the device is off, at the bottom you're going to see two T4 screws. Go ahead and remove those. These are going to be the same size so you can keep them in the same area. Once you have the two T4 screws out, go up and grab your triangle safe pry tool and go ahead and start from the bottom left and start to pull away the back cover of the device. Once you get it open, you can notice you can actually work around the clips so you can easily open and pry open the back cover off the device. Take your time, you don't want to overrush this, guys. Once you get it started, you're going to feel the clips start to give way, and once they release, they're going to release. Great. Now on the back, you're going to see 14 screws that are silver and 4 that are black. As you see on the diagram, we're going to slowly take those out with our Phillips screwdriver. They're all the same size, but again, there's going to be 4 with a different color. Go ahead and make sure you separate those so you do not lose them. Alright, once you have all the screws out, make sure you slowly make sure you have all the screws and put them in the right area. Do not lose the count and the area where they go. Now go open and head and grab your pry tool. And you're going to start on the left hand side and slowly pull up the additional back casing. Once you get it around, you can start to go around the corners and slowly pull apart the back case. Take your time on this. Do not overreach or do not try to force something that you don't want to grab any additional flex cables. It should come right out for you. Once you have the back casing off, go ahead now and take a second and grab a hold of the bottom right, and you're going to remove the back case of it. Go ahead and start from the bottom middle, and you can actually go ahead and pull it up from the safe pry tool. Once you get it worked up, do not rip this guy. You're going to have additional connection that you actually need to push down, which is the vibrate motor. Once you have them pushed down, you can actually pull the back case. Alright, next we're going to be removing the flex cables and the jawbone connections. Go ahead and start around and make sure you take the power, the camera, the front-facing camera, the audio jack, the battery, the volume buttons, and the LCD and digitizer connection. Make sure to remove the antenna connection too. Take your time on that one. Do not break it. Alright, once you have those removed, we're going to start working on the battery. Go ahead and work on the bottom and go ahead and pry it up. There could be some adhesive. Take your time. Do not bend or break the battery. Now guys, on the top motherboard, we're going to work on near the middle area where the power button is. Make sure you bend the flex cables back so you don't actually clip or break any of the flex cables. Once you have them removed, you're going to see where all the connections go. Put that motherboard to the side and make sure it's on a static paper so it doesn't actually short circuit the board. Now go home with the camera, you're going to actually take the pry tool and get right underneath them and break the adhesive so it can be removed. Great! Now the bottom flex is going to actually be for the LCD connection and actually for the buttons at the bottom. You're going to have 4 screws on the far, 2 on the right and 2 on the left. They're going to be black, a little bit different size than the first 4 that we already took out. Make sure you put these in a separate order in a separate little container so you do not lose these. Great, once those screws are removed, let's go ahead and now work on the digitizer or the glass. Now the top flex is going to be where the digitizer is. But to get this, we're going to start to pry with our triangle pry tool from the bottom right. Once we get it worked around, we can actually go up and start to release some of the clips that are around the device. The digitizer is on there pretty good, so again, do not overforce it because right on the other side is the LCD display. Once you get it worked around, you can actually pull it back a little bit and then take your triangle pry tool and go ahead and work from the bottom now, since we already have the side unclipped. Again, once you get the finished clipping of that, you can actually pull up and pull back just enough that it releases, but do not pull too much. Again, that LCD digitizer connection is right there. Go ahead and slide the digitizer flex throughout the case and you actually pull it slowly out. Do not rip, do not do a crazy pull move, just slowly go out. Congratulations. If you notice, the volume flex actually fell out with it. That's great because we don't have to actually remove it ourselves. And actually the power button did come off. Do not lose this. Make sure you put that where your screws are so you can put it back later. Great, we're almost there. Let's go ahead and start on the digitizer. Digitizer's flex, we're going to make sure he's released so it's easy enough to slide out from us. Once we have fairly secure the LCD connection has been removed, we can actually go ahead and remove the LCD from the case. Go ahead and start from the top right and get your triangle safety pry tool inside. Once you get it started, take your fingers and you can actually pull it when it starts to gap. Once it starts to gap, you can actually slide the triangle pry tool down so break any adhesive that's on there. Once we get them out, we can actually bend back the LCD flex and then we can slowly pull it apart. Now, take your time, do not rip the flex cables. If you see a little bit of tape, slowly work with it and you can adhesive them. Great guys, that is it. We have now just taken apart the LG Optimus VU. Congratulations. If you found this review useful, like us below. For more guides and reviews, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.